Hi everyone. In this podcast, we are going to show you the description and the development of our webquest project. The idea is to share with you the lesson plan in order to introduce some of the activities and strategies we are using and applying in the construction of the webquest. In the first section, we have the topic, the learning of English in virtual platforms. Then we have the description, objectives, and the activities. First, we have the opinion of Jonathan and Natalia, a student and a teacher from the education faculty here in the UPB, about the learning in virtual platforms.
Even though I haven't taught any virtual classes so far, I think this has some pros and cons. Some of the things that I think are positive is that the teacher and also the students will be exposed to different cultures, and it's all students from all around the world. There's also flexibility for students, and they can go online and practice anytime they want, anytime they have any free spare time to practice. It also promotes autonomy in students, having them set the task and with due dates and deadlines, so they need to really have things ready for specific dates, so it will enhance their autonomy. I also believe there has some things that are not so beneficial, like there is lack of interaction between students. It would be more like instructor-student kind of relation, which I think it's not very nice for improving your English skills or any language or skill. Teacher becomes just like an instructor, just to answer any questions that students may have. And then the personal and the pedagogical dimension of the teacher really disappears. It becomes more only like for the content itself, not so much for the other interactions that a teacher should have with students.
Nowadays, I believe that the virtual platforms are fundamental for the process of the learning construction in the schools and other areas of the education, mainly for the professor and students. Of course, this applies for all aspects of the daily life. In this modern world, everybody uses these resources as a help for their jobs, tasks, etc. The ICT has its pros and cons, depending on the use that the people give it. We can't forget that the ICT is a tool for the improvement of our life, but that doesn't mean that the technology controls us.
Description: the learning of a foreign language virtual communities. The education system has been preserving a series of changes and modifications since the internet appeared and with the arrival of the modern technological tools. The way it worked changed too. The new digital environment allowed the creation of all kinds of space for people to meet each other, giving them the opportunity to share information interactively and quickly. So, the above opens the door to a new world of possibilities in education. Objectives: general, characterize the use of teaching strategies that encourage teachers in incorporating virtual platforms with support of ECT for teaching English as a second language. Specific. Describe the use of ECT across platforms and virtual environments in teaching strategies used by teachers for teaching English as a second language. Propose teaching using virtual platforms in order to support the process of teaching English as a second language strategies. Identify the strengths and weaknesses of teachers versus virtual space in the process of teaching English as a second language. Activities. There will be present some activities into the final presentation that will help the visitors to recognize some of the strategies that the virtual platforms use to teach a foreign language, in this case English. The activities that the web quest is going to offer are based and supported by other platforms that have developed during some time the best strategies and tools to teach online. Also, the intention is to recollect like a list of the materials that are useful to improve the English competence development according to experience from other universities or institutions that have had a meaningful implementation of this innovation way to teach. There are such incredible activities that could be implemented in the content of this work in order to help the people in their learning process. In the same way, the skills and competence are going to be very important too. Listening, writing, and speaking. All of them will have a specific text to be done to get better in each area.
Now, it's very important to talk about the materials we are going to use on the webquest. We know that virtual platforms work using internet and are supported by multimedia resources. So the intention is to have always the possibility, the access to the web. Also, there are some extra materials that are needed for a good working of the activities. In our case, audio resources like headphones or earphones. Nowadays, every person has a cell phone or a computer in their homes or jobs. To have access to the webquest, obviously you will need one of those. Also, we will have the support from other virtual platforms that are used in a big scale in the education system in Colombia, especially in the universities and technological institutes. Javla, Read Theory, Rebecca, Udearroba, and Moodle are some of those. And from that website, we are going to take and extract the strategies that we consider are the most influent and meaningful for the development of our topic. Development. The webquest is going to be developed by sections. On the front page there's going to be like a presentation of the material and the information that the webcast has. Also, we will give some arguments about the importance of these kind of methods in education, in addition of a contextualization about the topic. Then, in another section of the webquest, we will create a space of activities and strategies to do with their respective explanation. And with each one of these activities, we will say to the readers what are they useful for. Now, it's very important to talk about the materials we are going to use on the webquest. We know that virtual platforms work using internet and are supported by multimedia resources. So the intention is to have always the possibility, the access to the web. Also, there are some extra materials that are needed for a good working of the activities. In our case, audio resources like headphones or earphones. Nowadays, every person has a cell phone or a computer in their homes or jobs. To have access to the webquest, obviously you will need one of those. Also, we will have the support from other virtual platforms that are used in a big scale in the education system in Colombia, especially in the universities and technological institutes. Javla, Read Theory, Rebecca, Udearroa, and Moodle are some of those. And from that website, we are going to take and extract the strategies that we consider are the most influent and meaningful for the development of our topic. To conclude, it's very important to say that the challenge that the 21st century proposes to the educational system is very big. The globalized world requires people in contact with all the innovative technological tools that are transforming our context. The teachers and schools must to work in order to take possession of this new mechanism that is primordial to make the educative process more meaningful not only in the classroom but also outside of it. Virtual communities bring a lot of opportunities for inclusion, interaction, and sharing for students, and that's a very good advantage because they can build common ideas and create a cooperative learning environment.